Python programming, and today we're going to be making a password generator where you can generate any password you want for anything you want, like your Gmail, some websites you want to play games on, some maybe programming platforms, anything. We're going to be generating a password generator that you can make passwords. The Python will make passwords for you, and it's very simple. Don't worry. I'm going to walk you through it, and at the end you're going to be a pro. Okay. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the videos. Let's get to 300 subscribers by today, and yep, let's get right into the video. As you know, a good password is easy to remember, but it's hard for a person or a password cracker to guess. You might be wondering what a password cracker is. A cracker is a program used by hackers to guess passwords. Some crackers can make millions of guesses every second. A cracker usually starts by guessing commonly used words and names, but an unusual password made up of several different parts will help protect against crackers. So we're going to make a password that will protect you against crackers. This password picker will enable you to create strong passwords by combining words, numbers, and characters. When you run the program, it will create a new password and show it on the screen. You can ask it to keep creating new passwords until you find the one you like and the one you remember. This program will randomly select a password's 4 parts and put them together and display the password in the shell window. If you want another password, it repeats these steps again. If you don't, the program ends. Our timeline is going to go like this. We're going to start, then we're going to choose the picker is going to choose a random adjective, then it's going to choose a random noun, then it's going to choose a random number between 0 and 100. Then it's going to choose a random punctuation character, and then finally, that's your secure password. Then it's going to display the secure password and ask you, do you want another password? If you say yes, it will go back to the beginning and start the process over again. But if you say no, it'll end it, and there's your passcode. Okay, this thing is very clever, but it's really simple. The program does clever things with passwords, but there isn't a lot of code in it, so it won't take long to make. Let's start by creating a new file. Today I want to be using Google Colab. It's like a browser in Google where you can program, but you can also use REPL-IT. You can look at my previous videos about REPL-IT on how to set it up, or you can use this IDLE you downloaded on your Mac or Windows. Let's import a string and random modules from the Python library. Let's type these 2 lines in your shell window. We're going to import random. This random module will allow you to make choices. Now let's import string. This string module lets you do useful things with strings, like splitting them apart or changing the way they appear. Now let's start out by saying, welcome to password picker. Or we can just say generator, because it generates passwords for you. Okay, we're going to make this print statement, and this is basically going to be the first thing it displays when you run your code. This is going to welcome our user. Let's try out our code. Save it first, and then let's run our code. Okay, there. Welcome to password generator. Sorry, it took a long time. I was connecting to my internet. Welcome to the password generator. Okay, perfect. Let's make an adjective list. You'll need adjectives and nouns to generate new passwords. In Python, you can keep a group of related things together as a list. First, create the variable adjectives to store your list by typing this new block of code between the print command and the import statements. Okay, after import string, right before our print statement, let's create a variable called adjectives. This is going to store all the adjectives we have in our code, and it will pick one of these adjectives as part of our code when we create our passcode. So this is going to store all the adjectives that the program will randomly pick. Let's give them a lot of options: sleepy, slow, smelly, what other adjectives? Wet. Don't forget quotations. Single quotes, by the way. Single quotes. Because in lists you need single quotes. Okay, comma, let's do fat. Let's do red. Let's do all the colors: red, orange, yellow, green. Let's do more blue, purple. You guys can create any adjectives you want. I mean, these adjectives are not the only choices. The password picker will work with any adjectives you pick. White. Okay, we'll just do two more. Proud and brave. Okay, as you see, we have a couple of adjectives here that will randomly generate when we run the password picker. Now let's add our second part, which will be a noun. So the code will start out by picking a random adjective, then it'll combine with a random noun. So let's have some nouns here. Okay, let's create another string. Okay, let's have some nouns. Okay, let's apple, dinosaur. Oh my gosh, dinosaur. Okay. Then ball, toaster, goat. Okay, let's a couple more. Dragon. That's an adjective. I mean, a noun. Okay. Let's do like three more. Hammer. Because you want to give it a lot of options. Otherwise, your password will be very repetitive. And you don't want that. You don't want it to give you like yellow duck like 10 times. That's not good. So give it a lot of options. You can even give more, and you can change these up like how you like. If it's easy to remember. If you want to change hammer with like a nail or whatever you want, any noun, you can just change it, and it won't change your code at all because it's just gonna pick random words that you put. Now how exactly will our code pick the words? Well, it's very simple. To create the password, we're going to need to pick a random adjective and a random noun, like I stated before. You can do this by using the choice function from the random module. Let's type a code below the print command. You can use this function anytime you want to select a random item from a list. Just give it the variable containing the items. Okay, so you can use the choice function, and anytime you want to pick something random from a string or a list, just use the choice function. Okay. So now we want to pick a random adjective, right? So adjective equal random Then it's gonna pick a random adjective, random choice, because that's our random. It's gonna pick something random for us. That's our function. And now it's gonna choose a random element from the non-empty sequence of adjectives. Right here. Very simple. Now let's make another variable and do the same thing over again, but this time it's gonna choose something random from nouns. This variable holds a word chosen randomly from the adjective list, and the second line, one of the nouns from the list is chosen and stored in this variable. Perfect. Now let's select a number that we want to use right after our adjective and our noun. Let's use the rand range function from the random module to select a random number from 0 to 100. Let's put a new line of code at the bottom of our entire code. Let's say number equal random dot rand range. Okay, perfect. This will pick a random number. This will pick a random number from 0 to 100. Okay. This part will pick a random number from 0 to 100. This is all you need to pick a random number from 0 to 100, and we'll place it after our random chosen noun and random chosen adjective. Now let's select a special character. Using the random.choice function, again, let's add this line to pick a random punctuation character. This will make your password even harder to crack. And that's what we want. Special underscore char, that will be a variable because we want a random character. Random.choice string dot punctuation. Okay. Punctuation. Sorry, bad spelling there. My bad. Okay. Anyways, this is our constant right here. This is gonna be our constant. Okay. Now is the part we've all been waiting for. Let's create our new secure password. It's time to assemble all the different parts to create the new secure password. We're going to type 2 lines of code at the end of our program, and it will randomly choose a password for us. Okay, let's finally make a variable called password and say password equals adjective plus noun plus str number. Okay. Plus special. Okay, you guys are probably wondering where all these variables came from. Well, they're right up here. It's going to choose a random adjective right here, and then it's going to combine it with a random noun right here. Then it's going to combine it with a random number that has to be a string right here, and then it's going to combine with a special character at the very end. Okay, at the end, we're going to print, to finish it off, we're going to print your new password is, and we're going to type %s. Probably wondering what that is. That's basically a placeholder for this variable that we're going to input. So we're going to put the % back here and say that % is going to equal to password. Okay, I hope that made sense. So basically, this is a placeholder, okay? Placeholder. And this placeholder can hold the place of any variable that's going to be printed here. So we close the quotations and said this placeholder, this %, is going to be the variable password. So it's going to print your new password is whatever the password randomly generated. Okay. Now let's test our program. Perfect. See? Welcome to your password generator. Your new password is yellowduck94. See? Question mark. It added a random punctuation at the very end. It randomly picked the color yellow, then it randomly picked the noun duck, then it randomly picked the number 94, and finally added a question mark at the very end. Don't confuse this. It's not saying your new password is yellowduck94 and just adding a question mark at the end. No, that's part of the passcode. Don't confuse that. Do you want another one? We can use a while loop to generate another password if the user says they want a different one. Let's add new code to our program. It's going to ask the user if they require a new password or not. Then it's going to store the reply in a variable called response. Okay, I'm going to walk you through it. It's going to be very simple. Don't worry, guys. Okay. Right under welcome to the password generator, let's create our while loop. While true, okay, all true. See a while right here. It's going to be a while loop. I'm going to say adjective equal random. This is a new thing. So we're going to put this line of code right under our while loop. Okay. And now here comes the unique part of how we're going to repeat this code until the user says they don't want a new password. Okay. Don't forget to add this too. This part. We're going to add all this to the while loop. Okay, don't forget, if it's not in the while loop, your code is not going to work, okay? So, make sure it's in the while loop. Oops, you can separate this to make it easier to see. Okay, now let's create a variable called response. As I said before, the response variable will store your response to whether you want a new password or not. We're going to type, would you like a new password? type Y or N. I think you guys should all know that Y means yes and no means no. Okay, so put a space so then they can type it and it'll look neat and clean. So if response equals N, which means no, the code will break. Oh yeah, by the way, break means the while loop ends, okay? So, and this input function over here is going to ask the user to enter a response into the shell. If the answer is yes, the loop returns to the start. If the answer is no, the program exits the loop. That's it. You finished. Congratulations. Now you can create a hard-to-crack passwords that are fun to remember. Okay, let's start up our code. Wait, invalid syntax. We have an invalid syntax. Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys. Double equal sign. Don't forget that. Okay, that's very important. Otherwise, your code's not going to run. Oh, once again, don't forget your colon. Okay. Welcome to password generator. Would you like your new password is greendragon61 hyphen. That's our passcode. Well, I'm going to say I don't like that password. I'm going to say Y. Keyboard interrupt, guys. This is not good. Okay. Sorry, guys. This browser is just not good for this. And see? We said no, and our new password did not generate at the very end. Our new password is FluffyToaster68. I said no, so we're not going to get a new password. But you can also say yes in your line of code. You can say yes, oh yeah, I do want another password. Well, if you do want another passcode, then just type yes, and your new password will generate. Guys, this simple line of code will generate a password for you. I hope this is very simple. And if you need any help, just put that down in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more quality Python programming heading your way. Next video, I'm going to be making a video about modules. You're going to learn all about modules. Module of time, take hinter, turtle, random, string, all those modules you will learn about. And I'm going to tell you all about them. So be tuned for that video coming up very soon. If you haven't seen my previous videos, go back and see that. And it will help you with this program. I also made a quiz and many more lessons that I've released. If you want to go watch that right now. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video for more quality Python. I'll see you guys next time.